Welcome to this lecture video. In this video, I am going to explain material science in which Clausius-Mosotty relation, which comes under module number 5 of engineering physics, prescribed by VTU. Now let us go to the contents of this video. We concentrate on Clausius-Mosotty relation, solid dielectrics, liquid dielectrics, gaseous dielectrics and applications of dielectrics in transformers. And before going to Clausius-Mosotty relation, let us understand what are dielectrics. Dielectrics are substances that do not conduct electric current but they transmit electric effects and were all considered as dielectrics. Dielectrics do not have free charges but they get polarized in the direction of applied field. The forbidden gap or the energy gap in case of dielectrics is observed to be large, and the resistivity of dielectrics ranges from 10 to the power of 10 to 10 to the power of 20 ohm meter. Dielectrics are classified as polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics. If the center of gravity of the positive charged nucleus and the electron cloud coincide, the molecule is considered as non-polar dielectric material. If the center of gravity of the positively charged nucleus and the electron cloud are not coinciding, such molecules are considered as polar dielectrics. In case of dielectric materials, if the charges were all separated by certain distance L, then the corresponding electric dipole moment mu is given by Q into L, where Q is the charges of the charged particle and L is the distance between the charges. So in case of dielectrics, we can see different types of polarization, that is electronic polarization, ionic polarization and orientation polarization. So electronic polarization occurs due to the displacement of positive and negative charges in a dielectric material, that is in the presence of applied field. And ionic polarization is going to happen in case of ionic compounds such as sodium chloride. So here the ions gets displaced in the direction of applied field. And in case of orientation polarization, the molecules of permanent dipole moment gets oriented in the direction of applied field. And here we come across the polarizability, that is electronic polarizability denoted by symbol alpha E, and ionic polarizability denoted by symbol alpha I, and the orientation polarizability denoted by symbol alpha naught. The total polarization is given by alpha is equal to alpha E plus alpha I plus alpha naught. And the internal field in a dielectric material is calculated at a particular atom. Let us consider an array of atoms in a dielectric material. If d is the distance between the neighboring atoms, then the internal field at a particular atom will be the sum of the strength of the applied field and the field due to the neighboring dipoles. Now let us look into the Clausius-Mosotty relation. So as according to the information whatever we got about dipole moment, the electric dipole moment per unit volume of the material is given by mu is equal to alpha E into EI, where alpha E is electronic polarizability of the material and EI is the internal field. And the polarization P is given by N into alpha E into EI, where EI is the internal field, alpha E is the electronic polarizability and N is the number of dielectric atoms per unit volume of the material. Consider this as equation number 2, and therefore the internal field EI is given by P by N alpha E. So consider this as equation number 3. Now we are in equation number 1, that is mu is equal to alpha E into EI, and polarizability P is equal to N into alpha E into EI, and the internal field EI is equal to P by N alpha E. So with these three equations, we are having definition for polarization P given by P is equal to epsilon 0 into E into epsilon r minus 1. So E is given by P by epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1. So consider this as equation number 4. Also we know that the internal field EI is equal to E plus mu into P by epsilon 0. So internal field EI is equal to E plus mu into P by epsilon 0. Consider this as equation number 5. Now substitute the equation number 3 and 4 in equation number 5. We get P by N alpha E is equal to P by epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 plus mu into P by epsilon 0. On simplification, that is here P cancels. So 1 by N alpha E is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 into 1 by epsilon r minus 1 plus mu. Further, the internal field at an atom in a cubic structure, here mu is equal to 1 by 3. Then the equation takes the form 1 by N alpha E is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 into 1 by epsilon r minus 1 plus 1 by 3, or it is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 into 3 plus epsilon r minus 1 by 3 into epsilon r minus 1. On further simplification, we will get epsilon 0 by N alpha E is equal to epsilon r plus 2 by 3 into epsilon r minus 1. On further simplification, we get epsilon r minus 1 by epsilon r plus 2 is equal to N alpha E by 3 epsilon 0. This equation is known as Clausius-Mosatti relation. That is, epsilon r minus 1 by epsilon r plus 2 is equal to N alpha E by 3 epsilon 0. Here epsilon r is relative permittivity of the material, and epsilon 0 is dielectric constant of vacuum, N is number of atoms per unit volume of the material, and alpha E is electronic polarizability of the material. So this is what about Clausius-Mosatti relation. And in dielectrics, we come across three types of dielectrics. First one is solid dielectrics. So here the material is in solid state. The best example is ceramics, glass, fiberglass, reinforced plastics, polyethylene, and polyvinyl chloride. So these were all the examples of solid dielectrics. Liquid dielectrics. So here the dielectrics are in liquid form. The best example is petroleum products, mineral oils, vegetable oils, wax, natural resins, and transformer oil. So these were all the examples of dielectrics, that is liquid dielectrics. Further, gaseous dielectrics. Best example is ammonia, air, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen, and hydrogen. So these were all the examples of gaseous dielectrics. And when we look at the application part of dielectrics, so dielectrics are used in transformers. So dielectric fluid is used to cool the windings and provide optimal performance in transformers, and mineral oil is used as liquid dielectric in transformers, known as transformer oil. So in case of transformers, transformer oil is used as a cooling agent. So it will protect transformer when the transformer is operating at around 3 kV. So when a transformer is operating at 3 kV, the air gap between the windings of the transformer coil gets heated up and gets ionized. Because of this process, enormous heat will be generated that will affect the insulation of transformer coil. So the transformer gets damaged because of this. So in order to prevent this damage, the transformer oil, that is a mineral oil, is introduced between the coils. So this will act as a cooling agent and it will protect the transformer even the transformer is operating even at 300, that is 3 kV, that is 3000 volts. So that's what the main applications of dielectrics in case of transformers. So transformer oil is used as a cooling agent in case of transformers. So this is what about the application of dielectrics in transformers. Thank you.